Okay, right, here we go. Back again. Anyway, this time it's Niall Degrees Tyson and Professor Brian Cox. And believe it or not, we have a new moon. Anyway, back to Tyson and Cox. This video I seen, it came up on my Google timeline today, and it wasn't actually out today, or the video wasn't out in the past week. It actually came out in 2016, this video. But again, it's a sure sign of how they like to recycle stuff and constantly repeat. Anyway, here's Professor Brian Cox here saying that he'd be delighted for stuff to be challenged. He thinks everything should be challenged and everything should be put as just theory. And I did notice he touches his face at certain points of this video, and when you watch it, you'll probably notice exactly what I mean. And we'll get back to that in a second. But he's stating basically that everything should be challenged and everything should say, oh, we think this might be the case, but we could be wrong, and then go on to state their theory. But not all things, of course. And things like, Mr. Tyson goes on to say, like the shape of the earth. I think he goes on to say the earth is round. And that's all he says on that, actually. He only says that it's round. But he says there's no challenge in that. There's no debate in it. And then this interesting looking presenter goes on to say that it's good that scientists say nothing's ever definitely yes and that's it. But she seems to be forgetting that our good man, Professor Brian Cox, like I said in my one of my last videos, he closed the moon landing debate down and said that it wasn't up for debate, and anyone that thought it was a moron. So she must have missed that memo about scientists, eh? So here he is again, touching his face, saying, yeah, he'd like to be challenged. I know that doesn't prove 100% that he's lying, but it certainly is. It certainly does point to that. And like I said, I was a fan of this man, so I know a bit about him. Anyway, Niall, and there's another actor, Bill Nye, the acting guy, of course. See, these people have been in lots of TV programmes. They're well paid, of course. Okay? And here's Tyson in Superman, the movie Superman, of all films. Eh? Ain't that interesting? Eh? But Brian and Tyson are two peas in a pod, basically. Okay? They're a double act. Right? And I also seen this in the video that I'll link in the description, and it was that interesting wooden globe. And I've never seen it before, but if anybody knows anything about it, that would be much appreciated, because I thought it was quite interesting. And of course, we have a new moon, seemingly, that is the size of a car. And it's big news. Earth has new temporary captured object, possible mini-moon, called 2020 CD3. Ain't that interesting, eh? Now here's a picture of it, seemingly, that they captured. And it's the size of a car, right? And it's our new moon. But it goes on to say at the end of the article, which they always seem to do, that it's heading away from Earth, but they also don't actually know where it's going, and they've done simulations of where it could go, but they don't know. Okay? So, like, basically they know nothing, as we know. But I did think, what about this guy? Eh? Did they forget about this dude? Eh? Is he still there? Or is he long gone? Eh? Maybe it's him and they forgot about him, and he's maybe going to come back to see his mum. So, speaking of Elon, Elon's been in the news again, and he's replied to somebody on Twitter that said about the theory of Elon being a World War I fighter, time traveller, okay? And he replied saying, full disclosure, I'm actually a 3,000-year-old vampire. It's such a trial assuming all these false identities over the centuries. Wow. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, here's a picture of the World War I pilot fighter in question. And well, I don't know. I'll leave that one with yous, I think. Anyway, that is about it. Bye bye.